But I think the first thing is that, no, I always tell people, no one's truly gonna pay you what you're worth. Otherwise, that company will be not for profit, right? There always has to be a buffer between the value that you bring versus what they're willing to pay you. Now, your example is legitimate, but it's when you have a direct relationship to the customer, that's when being number one guarantees you almost that you're going to be compensated the way that you're supposed to. But like the example I gave, I was top 5, not top 5%, but top 5 salespeople in the company I was referring to, yet all my value shown. I mean, and it was so funny, I look back on it now and like, you know, all of us would get ready to tell them what they already knew about us in our annual review. Look, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. And I mean, I had client quotes, like, you know, both the people who hired the company and plus the people I was helping. I mean, everything. All for that person who's not as talented as I was, who was given that manager role, to tell me why you're not giving me a raise, right? So for me, it doesn't assure when you're in a corporate environment and when you're working for somebody else. The second thing is what I learned from Marissa's situation is the same thing I learned from Steve Jobs' situation, which I hope more of us can practice this, is that once they get on that college track, that we're not so dialed in to them getting on a hamster wheel that we leave room for them to continue to grow. Because what Marissa did, she started out wanting to be a doctor. Spent the whole, a brain surgeon, spent the whole first year wanting to do that and found out she was sick of doing all that work. And then she switched her major. Steve Jobs, he decided, you know what, this college thing isn't for me. Instead of wasting my parents' money who were lower middle class, and this is what they saved up their entire life, I'm just gonna drop out, but then I'm gonna drop in the classes that I'm interested in, like calligraphy. Something that made no sense at the time.
Right.
Dude, however, 10 years after starting Apple, it's the whole reason that we have all the beautiful characters when it comes to the fonts and things of that nature, right? So that we can maintain that flexibility with our heirs, with our kids, right?